Hi guys, and welcome to another video. In this video I'll be doing something completely different. Because I need the views. And no one has ever found me. So I'll be ranking all Dark Souls 2 bosses from easiest to hardest. Because it's the only Dark Souls game I have ever played. And you have to check from these screenshots because I don't have a capture card or a microphone. So let's begin. The easiest boss in the game, the Royal Rat Vanguard. I don't know why there's a bonfire right outside the fucking fog door because it's not required. Because I don't think who has ever died, I don't know who died from this boss. Okay. All you need to do is have like quite a good weapon like a broadsword or a bastard sword or something like that. Kill about 10 rats and the Mohawk rat will begin, and you just have to hit him about a few more times and kill him. That's how easy it is. The second easiest boss, Brawling Magus and Congregation. I don't know what to say about this boss. Because it's the only reason it's higher than the Royal Rat Vanguard. So once I actually was worried about dying from this boss. That's the only reason. Okay, from this boss all you need to do is kill the electric mages, then kill the walking zombies, and then kill the magus guy, which you can later meet in the Shrine of Amana. I met him once. I just killed him in 5 seconds. 4. Okay. Oh, and this boss doesn't even give you a boss soul. All it gives you is a Titanite slab. From this boss I would accept a Titanite shard. But okay. The third easiest boss, Dragon Rider. I don't know how they could ride a dragon without capturing it. Probably ever captured one. You can the floor, then you can just make him fall to his death. But as I always do, I fight him honorably and dodge all of his attacks and hit him about every single time that he dies. Oh, that's about it. And I died once from him when I got knocked in the hole when I tried to knock him in the hole. Okay, the fourth easiest boss, the Last Giant. I don't know. Well, it's probably the first one you ever meet. The first boss you ever meet in the game. Well, his attacks all are easy to dodge, except when he decides to fall over for some reason. You can get help from, I can't remember whose name it was, but the guy who trapped you inside the cage when you're looking for that treasure, he can help you with the boss. It's not required, the only thing it serves is that you get less souls. And who the hell wants that? But you're required to do it if you want his armor. Oh, halfway through the fight, the Last Giant decides to rip off his arm for some reason. It would have been easier just to rip off the giant rock that was inside him. Just rip it out and use that. Let's pay for him. Well, probably more, but who cares? Well, not me. The next boss, Covetous Demon. The reason it's higher than the Last Giant, it's not like I have ever died to the Covetous Demon. It's harder to dodge his attacks. Well, for me it's harder. Cause I don't even know. This is just bullshit. You just dodge his attacks while he rolls around and sometimes eats you unequipped, which is sad, quite sad, because it's the only unique attack he has. Well, you can knock down with a crossbow or both the cages up on the ceiling, which he goes and eats. But while he eats them, his defense is increased, so it's pretty much useless. The next boss, Skeleton Lords. As they said, spooky, scary skeletons. You go in. The first one you need to kill is the spear guy, because when you kill him, a normal skeleton spawn. After you murder the normal skeletons, you need to kill the guy with the scythe. And then some armored skeletons pop in. And then you need to kill the mage. When you kill the mage, a bunch of wheel skeletons appear to slaughter you. That's sad. Quite sad, because it's easy to die at that phase. And that's about it for this boss. Or you should use a smashing weapon, because smashing bones, it's easier. The next boss, Flexile Sentry. Two twins, one butt hole. It's easy to get to him than fight him. On New Game Plus, he has two enemies to help to unique enemy, and only in New Game Plus. While you're fighting him, the ship's water level grows, but I have never got problems with that because I always kill him so quickly. You can get help from Lucatiel, and it's really only to distract him while you hit his other side, and you should hit them slower than the scimitar guy. But sometimes they just do the same attack at the same time. Well, about that. The next boss, Twin Dragon Riders. What's the difference between 1 and 2? There's 2, and the other one has a bow. You need to make sure the first one knocks down the bow guy, and then run away. Then you have to run back and hit the bow guy a few times before repeating the pattern until the bow guy is dead. Then it's basically the same fight as a normal Dragon Rider, except you can't knock him down a hole. Well, doesn't make that make a difference. Next boss, the Pursuer. I remember when I first fought this boss, I died approximately 10,000 times. But when now I play the game, I never die to him. This isn't actually the only time you meet him. You can meet him after you defeat the Smelter Demon. You rest at a bonfire and go back. A Pursuer spawns in. For some reason, I don't have a single clue. This guy is actually kinda... What's the word? Optional. Well, I didn't know that, so I killed him. Well, you can... By killing him, you can skip the Flexile Sentry fight and the whole area where the Flexile Sentry is in. Which is a great thing, because the Flexile Sentry is an awful boss. All his attacks are easy to dodge quite well. They deal quite a lot of damage in the early levels. He's easy to parry. This guy, all easy. Old Dragon Rider. Is it Steve or Smaug? He's so goddamn slow. You can dodge every attack. Well, Darkness little bit. What he's doing is a jumping butt smash AoE. You need to roll at the precise time when the shockwave comes in. You have to roll at the precise time or you suck up the damage. But that doesn't make a difference. And sometimes he can pick up you with his spear and do a lot of damage. And his attacks are easy to dodge. Oh, and his weakness is magic. And not dark like I thought. Okay, the next boss. Lost Sinner, the easiest of the lords. Why he's easiest of the lords, I don't have a single goddamn clue. You can, of course, use Lucasfear to help you, but it doesn't make a difference. Oh, and you should kill the Belfry Gargoyles before this to get the key to light the fires up top, cause, well, you say you can just up the brightness, but I say no, because if he gets too far, he just locks off you. Don't have a single clue why. On New Game Plus, when he gets half health, two fire mages appear, and you can just kill them very quickly while Lucasfear fights the Lost Sinner. Well, distracts, cause fight isn't the real word. Next boss, Aldia. I expected Aldia to be something more after you have to kill Vendrick and the Ancient Dragon, which are considerably way more difficult boss fights than Aldia, the Scholar of the First Sin. His monologue is quite good, but the fight is quite easy. You have to basically hit him after he teleports, hit a few times, and hit when he charges, well, he's charging the fire orb. And if it hits you, well, I don't know what happens because I'm never hit by it. Because it's easy to dodge. Oh, and yeah, you should only level up agility to 26 as quickly as you can, because well, I don't know why 26 could be more, could be less, but 26. How his attacks are easy to dodge. Well, I don't know why it would be so difficult to fight him when the fight is so easy. Next boss, Giant Lord. It's basically the same thing as the last giant, but without the ripped arm off and the sword. And for some reason he's even larger. So he's basically the same attacks. Exactly the same attacks. But he uses his sword more often than the last giant, his arms. So what's the difference? There isn't one. You can use that one guy to help you, which name I can't remember. Next boss, Duke's Dear Freya. This boss shouldn't be this high, but it is. Though I don't know why. I've never ever died to him. I fought him 3 times. Once on my first playthrough, then on New Game Plus, and then on my second playthrough I fought him. There isn't a difference. By the time of the fight, he or she spawned some not skeletons, but spiders. You have to either kill or dodge. The only problem with this fight is how quickly your weapons break. There is no other difference about the fight. Only your weapons break approximately 10,000 times quicker than they should. Next boss, Method the Baneful Queen. If you don't light up the windmill with fire, you won't have a good time, because if you don't, there will be everything in poison. And if everything is in poison, you're dead. There's about nothing else to this fight. Because when she throws her head, there'll be an AoE. She has some easy to dodge swipes with her. Whatever her weapon is called, can't remember. That's about it. Next boss, Old Iron King. The only reason he's so high cause it's easy to die when you fall in lava. And I didn't know that fire had such knockback. When he spews fire, you get knocked into the lava and you die. Oh, and you don't get help for this fight. Cause probably it will be too difficult for the developers to program that your helper doesn't die instantly from falling into lava from every of his attacks. He about hits every single time, then stands like a statue for the next half hour. Then you hit a few times, and then you repeat until he dies. Oh, and dodge his laser, of course. Okay, the next boss is the Ruined Sentinels, the first gank boss which actually gave me difficulty. When you drop a pin, first you should stay on the platform and fight Yahim. He sounds like a shout from Skyrim. But what's the difference? Yahim will do some different attacks, like smash, swipe, smash. And I just recently found out while fighting him that he can do the spinning attack up there. And up there there's basically nowhere to dodge it. After you kill him, you should cloak your weapon in magic, cause they're weak to magic. When you cloak it, then the second jumps up and then you hit as many times you can before the third one comes in. When the third one comes up, you drop down, drink an Estus flask, and continue the fight. You should always be locked onto one of them and switch between them to see them both at the same time. And try not to keep close to them for too long, because if they start while they're too close to you, well, you're dead. Well, not dead, you take a lot of damage. About that. Okay, the next boss, the Rotson. The hardest of the four lords. Is he difficult? Nope. The only reason he's this high because the other lords are shit easy. Okay, the only Luke itself can help you with this fight too. And burn alive at the coal, at the fires that surround him. When you deplete half health, he will get some AoEs. That when the first time I fought him, I didn't know you can even dodge. The first time I fought him, won on the first try. But he used his AoE, knocked me into the flames. And then I died. On New Game Plus you get the All Dead one, so which is... Well, great, I forgot his name. Let's continue. Executioner's Chariot. Unlike Zambert Albino told you, you don't need a shield for this. Because you just need to run, and when he gets close to you, just roll through one of his two spikes. And then you kill the mages who keep reviving the skeletons. And then you knock down the big gate. And then you basically fight the horse. Or you can hit the horse with a bow. And then the fight will be 10 times easier. Because he won't be able to move. That's about it for this fight. Guardian Dragon. I don't know why this guy's a boss. Because after this, you fight a lot of Guardian Dragons basically. On Scholar of the First Sin, you basically fight the Guardian Dragon at the Hades Tower of Flame for some reason. I don't know why. This boss is so you have to worry about him clinging up to the cage and spewing fire. That's literally the only unique thing about him from the other ones. Okay, next boss, Scorpioness Nachka, or whatever her name is. When you enter the fight, you just see her upper body, which makes you think how easy she'll be. And after that, she jumps out her scorpion form. And when she uses her attacks with her tail, that's the best time to attack her. Cause other times it's a bad idea to attack her. I don't know what I'm saying. She has a spear that she can use to easily attack you, and she has magic. It would be easier to dodge if she wouldn't sprint to attack you. You can use another Scorpion's help for this fight, but it doesn't really help because he's garbage at fighting. He looks more badass than he is actually. Next boss, Nashandra. And I have a theory that every difficult boss in this game is optional, except two. Nashandra is basically the final boss. The only problem with her is that to complete the one guy's storyline to get the trophy, you need to make sure he survives Nashandra's fight, which is 10 times harder than you think. Oh, and Curse Orbs just complete garbage. Her Curse Orbs, which will curse you unless you hit them when they will disappear, but it doesn't matter. They will spawn again. Her attack will curse you, almost. So you basically need to be on point with your dodging. That's about it for this boss. Next boss, Demon of Song. I don't know why it's called Demon of Song when it's a giant skeleton frog monster. Sometimes the boss hits with his dangly skeleton arms or spews water at you. Would have been more interesting with fire, but I guess it's water. Sometimes you can only hit his face, cause I guess sometimes he leaps across the ceiling just to attack you. That's about it for this boss. You need to dodge him a lot. Next, Wellstad. I don't know why he's so easy for the defender of Wendrick. All he basically does is hit you until half of the fight where he buffs up, and the only thing that increases is his defense, which increases about 3 times, so it's 3 times more difficult to kill him. And on the second phase, he can do his magic attack, which is of course easily dodged. Everything about this boss is easily dodged, which makes me think why it's so high. Next boss, Royal Rat Authority. What's about this boss? I don't know. Everyone thinks it's bullshit. Well, it's bullshit unless you do what I did on my first playthrough and get a plus 10 broadsword and kill the dogs instantly. And then you basically won the fight because the authority is nothing. I have heard it's a rat. I think it's a dog. It's a bigger rat than those little rats that you've had to fight before. There's not much about this boss, but the good thing is that there's a bonfire right outside the fog door, which should be for every boss. Next boss, Belfry Gargoyles. The only thing good about this boss is that the tune is amazing. Everything else is complete garbage about this boss. When the fight starts, you should cloak your weapon in magic, because they take a lot of damage from magic. You should focus on one. Focus on one. Then when you have killed two, just hit whoever you want, because then it doesn't make a difference. When each of them reaches half health, they will start using fire and electricity damage, which is easy to dodge. I actually struggled with this boss, but thanks to the sock I didn't smash my controller in the wall. Next boss, Looking Glass Knight. This is the first of two bosses who are actually difficult and not optional. Okay, Looking Glass Knight. When you walk in, it's normal knight, easy to dodge, some electric attacks, nothing. But when it's half health, he'll use his shield to spawn in an invader. But if you're online, there's a chance he'll spawn a human invader. And when that happens, you're pretty much dead. You're pretty much dead. Oh, and if you kill the first invader and you take too long to kill him, he'll spawn another one in. Cause he likes to spawn in invaders. Next boss, Vendrick. For every giant soul you don't have, he has more defense. But when you have all five, it does make a difference. His attacks are pretty easy to dodge, but when they do hit you, they give you a lot of damage. A lot. And I mean a lot. He's even optional. To start the boss, you have to hit him a few times before he understands that you're not his friend. Then you kill him. And then you get 90,000 souls for it. Next boss, the Smelter Demon. One of my favorite bosses in the game, and one of the most difficult bosses in the game. Cause for the first playthrough, half of the game I used a shield. Don't use a shield. It doesn't make a difference, believe me. Oh, and when you hit him a few times, he decides to make himself fire, so every time you get near him you take damage. And then when you hit him a few more times, he decides to stab himself to make his sword glow fire. Why? I don't know. Oh, and there's some lore of him killing the old Iron King, but I don't even wonder why did he kill him so quickly. It was easy. Okay, next boss, Dark Lurker. I have heard this boss is difficult. I have heard this boss is so difficult. It's harder to get to him than actually kill him. Cause halfway through the fight he may clone himself, but there's a chance he won't. So it's basically sometimes you get to fight two, or sometimes you get to fight one. You just need to hope you fight one, cause then it's easy. I've never died too many times from him. And thank God, cause every single time you need to retake the dungeon to get to him. Next boss, Watcher and Defender. Well, Throne Watcher and Defender. I have only fought him alone once. The other times I used two helpers just to murder them quickly. I killed them quickly, and then it's about easy. It's halfway through the fight, halfway through each of their health bars, they may cloak each of their weapons with magic. One of them with lightning, the other one with fire. I think. Can't really remember. Then it sometimes runs out, they recloak, yada yada yada. This boss is actually so difficult. When I fought him alone, well, to fight all the died about 10 times before I killed him. That's about it. The hardest boss, the Ancient Dragon of Shit. Thank God it's optional, because every single of his attacks is a one-shot. But I had to have a tactic. You need an ultra great sword. Go him, hit him. You need to do this. Get to his tail, hit him until he does his tail attack. Then wait a bit until you can hit his leg, his left leg, from his point. Yeah. Then hit it a few times and hope that he stomps with his leg. Then you hit another time, and then he flies into the air. You follow him. Well, you run where his tail is. And if he gets too close to the corner or the side, you just run to the farthest point of the fight for him to change his position. And then you just do the same things again and again. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.